Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. As you know that in vascular plants, two types of growth take place. That is primary growth. This growth takes place due to the activity of primary meristems. And after the seizure of primary growth, secondary growth takes place, and there is an increase in the diameter of the plant. This secondary growth takes place due to the activity of secondary meristems. There are two secondary meristems. They are also called as lateral meristems. These are vascular cambium and cork cambium. Today we are going to study the vascular cambium, its structure, its different type of cells, and their function. Today we are going to study vascular cambium. It is also called as fascicular cambium. This meristematic tissue is responsible for secondary growth in most of the dicots and gymnosperms. And by secondary growth we mean there is an increase in the girth or diameter of the plant. Vascular cambium originates from procambium, which is the meristematic tissue of the embryo. It is present within the vascular bundles, so it is also termed as vascular cambium or fascicular cambium. The strips of fascicular cambium usually become joined by additional strips of cambium known as interfascicular cambium. It originates from interfascicular parenchyma rather than from procambium. This forms a continuous ring in transfer section of the plant organ. Due to this, a complete cambial ring develops present throughout the main axis of the plant. Cambial activity results in the formation of secondary xylem towards the inner side and secondary phloem towards outer side. This causes increase in the thickness or diameter of the plant. This growth is also called as secondary growth. The formation of a new xylem pushes the older xylem towards the center, which in woody plants becomes non-functional and only performs the function of support. It also gradually crushes the central pith. The central pith never grows in size as compared to the first year of growth. There are two types of dividing cells in the vascular cambium, and these are fusiform initials and ray initials. Fusiform initials are elongated cells with tapering ends, that is, they are spindle shaped. They give rise to all the cells of the xylem and phloem that are arranged with their long axis parallel to the long axis of the organ in which it is present. For example, tracheids, fibers, sieve cells, parenchyma cells, they develop from these initials. The second type of cells are ray initials. These are nearly isodiametric and rarely short cells and give rise to ray cells, that is, radial system of the xylem and phloem. What are the characteristics of the cambial cells? They are highly vacuolated. Their walls have primary pit fields with plasmodesmata. Radial walls are thicker than the tangential walls, and primary pit fields are deeply depressed. There are two types of cambium on the basis of arrangement of fusiform initials in two types of cambium. Number one is storied or stratified cambium. In this type, fusiform initials are arranged in horizontal rows so that their ends are at the same level. The second type is the non-storied or non-stratified cambium. In this type, Fusiform initials partially overlap one another and are not arranged in horizontal rows. The fusiform initials are longer than those found in the storied type of cambium, and this type of cambium is more common in plant as compared to the storied or stratified cambium. Now we come to the functional life of the cambium. The functional life of cambium varies greatly in different species and also in different parts of the same plant. In perennial woody plants, it persists throughout the life of the plant. In these plants, cambium continuously produces xylem and phloem element, especially in tropical woody plants, while in temperate region it definitely shows seasonal activity resulting in the formation of growth rings, which are also called as annual rings. In roots, the cambium develops in endodermis. Another important function of the cambium is to form callus or wound tissue around the wounds, thus sealing the wound and prevents the entry of the microorganisms into the plant. If cambium is damaged during the growing season, it may be reformed from the immature xylem cells below it. In case of budding and grafting, these are the two types of vegetative propagations of the plant. The cambium of the both stalk and cion give rise to callus, which unites and develops a continuous cambium layer that give rise to the normal conducting tissues. And in this diagram we can see a ray initial with its nucleus, prominent nucleus, and a fusiform initial, which is an elongated cell or spindle shaped cells with nucleus and vacuolated cell protoplast. And in this diagram A, fusiform initials are arranged in layers, or this is the stratified cambium. And in the second B diagram, the fusiform initials are elongated and their ends overlap. This is called as non-stratified or non-storied cambium. Dear students, this ends our lecture about the vascular cambium. Thank you. Now we come to the conclusion of today's lecture. That is, vascular cambium is the secondary meristem responsible for the secondary growth of the plant body. It consists of two types of initials: fusiform initials, which add cell to the axial or longitudinal system, and ray initial, which give rise to ray system of the plant body. Fusiform initial may be stratified or non-stratified. In tropical plants, it shows continuous activity, while in temperate region it shows seasonal activity resulting in the formation of definite annual rings.